The video I'm about to present you can give you massive returns if you take this super seriously, and it's going to be about the Brett price prediction. I'm going to show you how you can turn $500, I believe, into $32,000 and way more if you use my strategies that I'll give you for free at the end of this video, because I believe you can set and forget this $500 in 5 minutes of your time. This video is going to be a little bit longer than 5 minutes of your time, but after you watch this video, you take your 500 that you're probably going to invest in another coin anyways. But I can almost guarantee, obviously nothing's guaranteed, NFA, you get all that kind of stuff. But I believe you can do this within 5 minutes time, so you don't have to go and research the next coin that's going to give you 100x, because I promise you're not going to find it. But also, in this strategy, I'm going to make you change your investing thesis for this next bull run and way beyond that. So, and after this 5 minutes of time, plus the video you're going to watch today, you just need to do nothing. You need to click a few buttons every now and again, but you don't need to do anything. But it's going to make you so motivated to start filling other bags. So I really want to talk about meme coins in general and the crypto market. But here's the reality, and what would eventually get me into investing in meme coins from the start. So I had this thesis where I would always just like to go under coin market cap and fill up my main bags, and then I would go under AI and gaming. This is fine. This will get you started. But what I couldn't ignore anymore, it was just bashing me every single day to the point where I was getting sleepless nights. I was like, I need to build a meme coin portfolio. And I was so against it. But I couldn't ignore the fucking gains. And when I started researching it, I was like, okay, I need to build a meme coin bag. Because when you look at the meme coins giving you the biggest return and the most interest, it's massive. And by the time the 2025 bull run happens, that's where meme coins control the altcoin season. It really does. That's where you get super cycle. We've seen it with Dogecoin, we've seen it with Flocky, we've seen it in Shiba, and we're seeing it right now. Especially as this Ethereum ETF is a day or so away, this is where money will flow. Not immediately, you might see some short-term volatility. We're not promise you in the next 2 days you're going to make fucking guaranteed returns. I'm talking about this number here, 2025. And it doesn't take a genius to say that gaming's, they're hot, right? But most of the money, and where most of the money will go, is in meme coins. That's a fact. So here's why Brett is so prevalent to print. And I've already invested in Brett under sub $1 billion market cap. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I don't just show you this. Again, here's one of the pools here, $70,000. I've got more Brett on some other exchanges. I've got a little bit of Brett, 12K in here. So I'm putting up, this is real money. Brett don't pay me. I wish they fucking would. But Brett don't pay me. This is what I'm trying to do to create $1 million position by 2025 just in Brett. And again, you can do that 30 grand position with the $500 if you're a smaller investor. Because here's the kicker before we give you the strategy. 30K, I think, is give or take a good or just below average income in the USA. 30K GBP is considered a good income, right? Me back in the day, and not too long ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when I was working, 30K would be fucking fantastic. That would honestly change my life. I was making about 22K in my sales job. That was plus commissions. So that was if I was having dominating, right? So pretty much 2K a month. This is GBP, obviously USD is different a little bit. And here's the reality. You can create an extra wage with only putting $500 in. That's what I'm trying to give you guys. I want to give you guys an extra wage with one position. Everybody can scrape $500. If you can't, fucking go and find it or stop watching this video. If you don't have $500 to invest, I can't help you. So I want you guys to take this fucking seriously, because I can give you an extra wage, let alone your other bull run positions. And this doesn't stop at 30K. I'll show you that at the end of this video. So a lot of catalysts behind Brett and meme coins and Ethereum ETF, etc. But here's what I was digging up to really showcase this bulletproof case, at least for me. Again, I'm not here to lie to you. You've seen when I started this position, I've slowly built it up and now I'm all in. Now, Coinbase, the plan is to get to 100 million users, give or take. That's what I think they'll get by market. And right now, they have about 20 to 15 million. Okay, this is great. This is before FOMO, hype, etc. But what this means is when 2025 does come around, that's inevitable. Bull run will come around, that's inevitable. We're kind of in phase 1 right now. ETF, BTC ETF as well, just perfect catalyst. Institutional investors, this is perfect catalyst. And we can catapult this probably way more than 100 million. I think they're going for $1 billion. Probably 100 to 200 million will do as well. And what happens in 2025? You get all these new investors that just have their $500 to $1,000 that they need to get rich, right? The variable cryptocurrency for ages, but now is the time to get rich. You've already been in the game for 1 year, 2 years long. That's what people think, you're front running these people. Because these guys believe they're so fucking early. And here's the reality, they're buying the tops. And they're going to be met with this blue little frog when they log on Coinbase, and they're going to see it's dominating, but they're going to see Bitcoin way too high, 100k plus, Ethereum probably 7, 8k plus, and they're going to be like, well, my $500 to $1,000, I can't even do any fucking damage. They're going to see Dogecoin, they're like, I remember that one, Shiba, I remember that one, but they're going to be primed with this little blue little frog, this little Bitcoin, because Coinbase are going to be pushing this as almost their own coin, right? That's what's going to get them interested, right? And they're going to look at the market caps if they've got a little bit of a brain cell, because it's going to be less than Shiba. It's not going to go to that, and it doesn't need to go to that. That's the beautiful thing about this. And they're going to look at the price, and they're going to get FOMO. And meme coins drive bull runs on people. That's what really gets the peak FOMO in. And you might be thinking, well, $500 from this guy, it's not a lot of money to push up the price. Over millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people, that creates Brett crazy $1 billion market cap, and we'll talk about that at the end of this video. But that's where you get crazy. And I'm not saying they're not going to buy Doge and Bitcoin, etc., but they're going to be very tempted, and a lot of them are going to put most of their money, if not all their money, in Brett. That's what I believe. Coinbase will be the number one, and it always will be the number one in the bull run exchange where they go to. It's a fucking disgrace to use with the fees, by the way. So don't, us smarter guys, don't be cashing out on Coinbase unless you have the pro, etc. I use Kraken, the professional account. It costs nothing pretty much, and I can come in, I come out. The only problem with Kraken for me is you can only do 100k per day. I know 100k per day, but that's enough for me where I can start taking 100k, 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 100k. That's all I really do. I have other ones as well where I will be using, but Coinbase by itself, 3 to 4%, so 3 to 4% on 100k transactions. I'm losing 4k every transaction I do if I do 100k. So that's the only problem with that. But again, we're not worried about that. You guys should have that all prepared. So before we get in Brett, etc., let's understand something first, and this is very important. And by the way, this is just looking at Bitcoin compared to, top assets where everybody likes to go, the safe assets, right? We're not even going to talk about altcoins in this chart because I couldn't fucking find one. And if I did, it would blow your guys' mind away. So if we just look at Bitcoin, comparing to the asset class of total returns over the last 10 years, this is to 2021, by the way, so let alone 2025, you're going to see it go fucking crazy. And what you can see, bar from 2018, everything had a massive, this was the bear market for obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin got thrashed. And that's a good thing, by the way, because you get to come and buy the bottoms in again. You can't make money on something that just goes up forever. It's very hard. You need retracements. And the smart people like us, we seen this. I wasn't in 2018. I did this in 2022 and 2023. We seen that and we started to fucking deploy. If you didn't, it's okay. There's still time with this Brett position. You're rewarded with that. But just on Bitcoin itself, it got wrecked in 2018. That's normal. What you can see is the returns. So you look at BTC, look at the thousands and thousands of percent. Nothing is even in the 1,000%, even on, the NASDAQ top 100. A lot of big players make a lot of money on this. This is in 10 years, by the way. And everything else is just fucking dog shit. Right? Fucking dog shit. For example, gold, for 10-year return in 2011 to 2021, you only made 40%. It's great if you have billions of dollars, but not really, brother. And that's why all these big players are going to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and they're starting to buy, honestly, gaming, AI, and meme coins, to my opinion. Not the big, huge players, but the guys with maybe 5 to 10 million. They're starting to understand this. They're picking up the Bitcoin, Ethereum, but they're going to be driven toward other narratives. They just can't help themselves. Because cryptocurrency, it isn't a scam anymore. Back in 2017, when 2018, everybody, you've seen it on the TV, okay, crypto's over, it's never come back. And then when it came back massively in 2019 and 2020, giving you 300, nearly 400% in 2 years compared to everything else, the world is waking up to what cryptocurrency is. Okay, and you as a small investor, there's never been an opportunity in our lifetime to be able to ride stuff because you can't go and buy gold and big caps like Tesla and really make a lot of money as if you've got 500 to 1,000, even $10,000, you'll do well, but you're never going to make it, especially if you want to be a millionaire in your 20s or 30s or 40s if you're a little bit older. You have to wait until you're 78. I don't want to be a millionaire in my 80s. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a 5 to 10. I don't want to be. I want to be fucking probably dead, to be honest. But you need to understand that you're only going to get this opportunity once, okay? There will be other bull runs, etc. But this, if you're sleeping on this and saying, I'll just wait till the next one, you're going to wait 5 to 6 years before we get to the next peak of the cycle. Fucking get involved now, brother. The numbers do not lie. So my point is, and this is what I want you to take away from this video, is we normies, me and you, we're all the same. We get opportunities in our lifetime to play catch up with the rich. Because like I said before, you can't go and invest in gold. You really can't. And if you believe you can, just do the maths. 40% in 10 years. So with your $1,000, you made $400 in 10 years. Okay? It cost me more in stakes than that for 1 month. It cost me way more in stakes in 1 month. And a week. Okay? That's the difference. So, meaning the stuff we can't usually touch, like real estate, big stock, market caps to make money because we have low money, we can't get access to it. But right now we can. This is where we use cryptocurrency as a vehicle to do serious damage and play catch up. So I'll give you this. Once you get, this is what I noticed, once you get to 500k liquid cash to 1 million in your cryptocurrency portfolio, you can start playing with houses. You can start doing all this stuff after this bull run. But you also don't need to as well, because once you get this net worth, and this should be your goal, I don't want your goal to be 20 to 30k. You can do way better than that. You can start playing the cryptocurrency game and you don't have to go under meme coins, etc. Although I still think you should, because the money is just so easy to make. But you don't have to invest in the fucking $10,000 TVL coins or the 10,000 to 50,000 or 100,000 or 2 to 3 million low cap market cap coins at this point. You do that now, right? But once you get to this liquid, you only need 3 to 4 to 5x's, and then you're fucking at 5 million, and then you're 2x, you're at 10 million, okay? That might be unreasonable to you guys, but why not? Why not? If you're at square one, you can really play catch up. You don't have to, what I'm really saying is you don't have to play these massive gambles once you get to this big bit of cash. Because at 2x, you're at $1 million from 500k. At 2x from $500, you're at 1,000. You're fucking at level 1, okay? You're better than level 0, at least you're investing, you're not going to buy the tops, but you have a lot of catch up to do, and with coins like Brett, you can play your portfolio for 2025 and you can do some damage. So this opportunity is not going to be here forever, so don't waste it. So if you don't believe me, here's Dodge's run in 2021. You put $500 anywhere here, you're a millionaire. Shiba, same game. Pepe, same game. And obviously Dog with Hat, give or take the same game. So we're seeing it right now. So all we need to, and I'm not saying these coins are bad, like you should have these coins if you want, but they're not going to give you the returns, in my opinion, of the market caps. Dog with Hat, Pepe still could, but in my opinion, they're still a little bit too far gone and they won't do as well as returns than Brett. And I'll break that down. So, catalyst for this next couple of days, the Ethereum spot ETF is coming and it's pulling Ethereum off the market. And what this really means is altcoin season super cycle will be here in 2025 because money flows from Bitcoin. Remember this, money flows from Bitcoin to Ethereum to alts, but it moves very fast. So wake the fuck up. So I found this on the internet. Institutional crypto investors surges in the first half of 2024. According to a new report from the markets, which analysed 2 million spot trades conducted by institutionals, remember these are the big players, the appetite for digital assets among institutional investors grew significantly. And what that means is the big players are now starting to understand, and they've been doing this since 2022 and 2023. What you need to do is get in with the smart money. We follow the smart money. Don't follow the dumb money. The dumb money isn't even in yet. They're in 2025. And they're still playing with 1 million to 500k shitcoin market caps. Play those, have a little pre-sales if you want. We still do that. But your bigger bags by 2025, let's follow the smart money. So numbers don't buy, follow the smart money, as I always say. So if we look at TVL on DeFi Llama, we can see TVL, volume, and we can see revenue. I haven't put it in here, but revenue was just pretty much up here, right? Because revenue, a little bit of a skew subject with cryptocurrency. You can look at Rollbit and coins like that. They do revenue because they're a casino. But TVL and volume are very important. And I don't know what is more fucking obvious to you, is we're going vertically up. Okay? I think that's pretty obvious. So what this means is more people are TVLing the base ecosystem. And I'm a perfect example of this because guess what? I got 70k just in one liquidity pool here. So I am in the game of the TVL. But the TVL is 1.7 billion. Okay, and the volume is 500 million. Okay, so this is every single day you see these massive spikes, and I'll show you this DeFi liquidity pool in Brett. This is how you make more Brett for free. Your $500 is great, but what if you could do way more damage? And that's what I'm going to show you in a second. And some of you guys already know that, and some of you guys are doing it. So keep fucking doing it, brother. You're in the game, and you will be paid off handsomely by 2025. So here's the most important part: the maths and how we're all waiting on how I'm playing this. So number one, altcoin super cycles are displayed in Doge's and Shiba's 2021 cycle. So what that means is, combined with everyone to both flood over to base, and this is where we print. So again, top meme coins, what we can see is Doge dominate, and again, this is so obvious to me. If you look at the market cap, look at the market cap in the last 6 months alone, it has fucking went crazy. Doge's market cap 20 billion, give or take, Shiba's 10. Everything else, Pepe's at half. Everything else is where you can really, really print. Now, again, I'm not going to give you dollar coins. I like most of these coins, but again, the one we're talking about is Brett, mainly because of the DeFi liquidity pools you can get. So, if we get Shiba's all-time high, that's a 30x, $10 billion market cap is 7x, and a $20 billion market cap is 15x. If you guys don't know this guy, Crash, this was the kind of main guy that got me interested in Brett. And he turned 15K into over $5 million in Brett. That is at current prices right now. He is going to be 100 millionaire position if this catalyst plays out on just Brett. Now, what we have to do is we kind of have to know where he's selling, because if he dumps, he can really probably move the price quite a lot. And there's other big players. That is one of the biggest downfalls. It's not all sunshine and rainbows with Brett. If a lot of these guys start to sell before us, they can crash this price. But what I've noticed is he gives his wallet, and you can go and track his wallet, just check out his YouTube channel, and you can see if he's selling. And he's not selling anything right now. He's actually buying more. So Brett, this is what he said, and I'll get you the catalyst and how you can make the $500 to 32K, and you can go way beyond this. But he said Brett bought, this is a new thing, one of our guys just shared this in the private community, Bobby shot at him. So he shot about the Telegram bot for base plays at Sports Brett, and this is the Telegram bot, and this is just honestly just going to get more people interested in Brett, and this is great for us, right? So if you don't know Brett, fucking pause the video right now and get your $500 out of Brett. Again, not paid by Brett, you do what you want, but that's just, what I did, and you can see my pool that I've already showed you. And what this means is the Brett team will buy back Brett and burn the supply, and this is great, supply and demand, every transaction. So there's a bunch of us are bullish here, so if you want to buy or swing train anything on Brett, just feed it Ethereum and you're ready to go. So what Crash starts to say is the number one trading bot, Base. It's when people come to Base and they ask, what coins are the best TG bot for trading this chain? Everyone will say Breitbot. People don't trust shady random bots, and you've probably been involved in some of these before if you haven't. There's a lot of shady shit where they just fucking liquidate you and scam you. But they also believe in Brett, and they know what Brett is. The biggest, most trusted and established brand on the Base network. Brand is so important. Why is Dogecoin still alive? It's because of the brand. Elon Musk. The guys, people love the Doge. It's communities in meme coins. Communities are so, if there's no community, nobody gives a fuck. The coin goes to zero tomorrow. So communities are so important. And what Brett is, it's a number one brand on the Base network. So what happens when we have 100 million users, like I talked about before, back here? What do you think is going to happen? Again, we front run the money. And what Crash says is they believe in Brett, they know what Brett is, and the percentages of them will use this Telegram trading bot. So this is just great news for us, because probably 1 to 3% of that 1 to 3%, I think 50% will use the biggest trading bot in BrettBot, meaning BrettBot will have 500,000 to 1.5 million users coming years. Now the average trading volume of user, consider people who trade 100 grand in volume, some people trade a couple $100 in volume, and he thinks 10,000 factor in whales and large volumes, 1% of fees. And again, this is just mathematics. We're just trying to work out how much more TVL and buying pressure will come to Brett. $100 per user, take 500k times $100. You have 50 million buybacks on pressure in Brett, 1.5 million times 100 of a lifetime, 150 million USD buybacks in Brett, and you are not fucking bullish enough, right? A lot of numbers there. You can go and pause this and just screenshot it and just see what's happening here. Because for me, and this is the catalyst of this video, Brett's a minimum 30x, meaning that $500 would get you 15k. And you're like, Jake, well, you told me 30 grand. Okay, first of all, this is good. But here's how you go crazier. I told you earlier we have tools on what the big players are doing with DeFi, right? So we go back to my liquidity pool, and I'll break it down in a second. And by the way, something I just noticed as well, if you're in our private community, we just flipped green on Brett. And what you can see here is when we flipped green before, we went parabolic. I'm not promising you that, but our GG indicator, as we call it, is very fucking good. So this is something I'm looking at as well. Just keep that in mind. But back to the strategy that you guys can use. So right now, you can accumulate free Brett with your initial $500. And that's what I'm doing. So 12 to 16 months before the 2025 cycle, top, if we think, estimate, again, we never know, we can just estimate. The whole goal is to accumulate Brett, not the dollar value. So a lot of people just look at the dollar value and they're like, okay, I've got $70,000 in here. But they don't look at the Brett and the Ethereum. Again, you pair this with another pool. I'll show you how to do that in a second if you want to understand liquidity pools. A lot of people need to change the mindset of accumulating Brett. So if you have one Bitcoin, don't look at the dollar value. Look at the dollar value in 2025. Your whole goal with Bitcoin is to accumulate more Bitcoin. Your whole goal with Ethereum is to accumulate more Ethereum before the bull market. It's not the dollar value right now, especially with liquidity pools. You don't care about the dollar value. It's nice unless you're using it for income. But for us right now, we're not using it as income. We want to accumulate as many coins, Brett, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, as possible. And then the dollar value is interesting in 2025. Because we sell the dollar value in 2025. We focus on coin accumulation. Let that sink in. So again, if you had $500, you could obviously do $250 of Ethereum, $250 of Brett, but ideally $500 of Brett, $500 of Ethereum. There's other pools, but this is the safest pool that I like to use. And that's what I'm doing. And you can see right now how much Brett I'm printing. I just woke up. So already at this. So in 12 more hours, probably have $200. But again, I'm not interested in $200. I'm interested in the 600 to 700 Brett that we're accumulating every single day. So a day ago, 671 Brett and a little bit of Ethereum. Obviously, it's half and half. 600 Brett, 300 Brett, 700 Brett, 800 Brett. Because if we get $2 to $3 of Brett, right now it might not be worth. It's only worth $191. Still nice, by the way. I've got a big enough pool where I could live off this forever. That's fucking nice. But I'm looking at the deca billions of dollars in 2025 for Brett. And Ethereum will just go up by accident. That's just a nice little bonus. That's why I compared this with Ethereum. And I don't want this to guys to get too confusing. But what you can do is, let's say you had $1,000 in here, $500 in Brett, $500 in Ethereum, understand how to do liquidity pools. And what you do is, for the next 12 to 16 months, you're accumulating free Brett and free Ethereum. So again, the multipliers that I gave you, the $500 to 15K for the 30x, let's say we don't even do a 30x, but let's just say we do. That's what I think is quite possible. Quite possible. Obviously, Crash thinks we're going way higher, but I think that is very, very possible. Okay? But in this whole year, the $500 worth of Brett, you're accumulating more Brett, so you might double or triple your Brett. And that's where you can get 30K, 45K, and then if you get Crash's fucking estimates, you're looking at 100K. I don't want to get this over your head, so I don't want to give you moonshot prices as well. But just understand the difference, because we're accumulating Brett. So for me, again, I show you this. You can dox my wallet. It's all here. You can see the total fees in the last, give or take, whatever this is, right? Almost $6,000. But I've accumulated 19,000 Brett. So let's just do basic maths. So it might be $2,000 today. And again, I've got the same in Brett. Same in Ethereum, right? So it's $2,000. So if we look at, what was it? Let's just round it up to $3,000, right? Give or take, in the last month or so. So $3,000 in dollar value. But that's giving me 20K Brett. Okay, so when Brett gets to $1, which I think is very possible, it's not even at 30x we talked about, let alone Crash's fucking estimates, that's 20K. Brett gets to $2, that's 40K. Brett gets to $3, that's 60K. Let alone the next 12 to 16 months before the hype. So you at $500, you won't be accumulating this much, but you can get 20K free Brett in the next year. There you go. That's how you do it. It's very, very fucking simple. It's a mind fuck to understand if it's your first time. You might be looking at Ethereum and Brett pools saying, I don't know how to do this, what do I do? But once you understand the formula, and once you get your first pool opened, I told you it would take 5 minutes. And the 5 minutes is to go and buy Brett, go and buy Ethereum, put it on Uniswap if you want. There's other platforms, but I would recommend Uniswap, #1 trusted platform that I use. And then all you do, when you're done, is you collect this little fees and it goes back to your MetaMask, and you can compound it again, or you can just collect it and you can sell it, or you can buy it something else. If you're a small investor, I would collect it and then I would come back and increase liquidity. And that's how you build up this number so fast. That's what I did. Yes, I put in a bigger investment, but all the time before that, I was just collecting fees and compounding. Now I'm not compounding it. Now what I'm doing is I'm building a bag of Brett here. So if you look at $1 price of Brett, let alone $2, that's already 12K in less than a month. Okay? That's the difference, brother. So I really hope that makes sense. If you don't understand that, go and watch this video again. Go and understand how to do DeFi liquidity pools. And it'll change your life. Because $500 a spot investment, it'll get you there. It'll probably get you to 15K. But you can do way more damage by collecting free coins. And after this bull run, you can go and use DC stable coins, and you can it makes you not worry again. It makes you not worry again, because you're going to be able to just change the game. No fucking Jeffrey understands how to do this. I'm giving you this for free. Just take it. Go and take it. Again, you can do this with other coins, by the way. You don't have to do this in Brett. But chances are, if you've made it 25 minutes in a Brett video, you'll probably want to do this in Brett. And that's all you need to do. And you'll never have to worry about fucking money again. Yes, work that job that you're in right now for this bull run. But you're just going to come with a different sort of attitude, because you're going to be smiling and knowing after this bull run, your life's completely changed, because you can come and do this all over again. That's all I got. Goodbye.